Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Even women who go for money men can be turned off. And let me be clear about that, because I've said several times a man can get sex without spending money. But there are women who go for money men. And not necessarily to be taken care of or to gold dig or anything. It's more or less about like what he represents as far as lifestyle and also social class. Now, if you get a woman and she has a college degree or especially an advanced degree, or like she's a doctor, she's a professional, something like that, women in general tend to want a man who's a bit above them no matter what. Talked about that in Nice Guys and Players. Indeed, some guys would call it hypergamy, but this ain't really the same because the woman got money herself. She'll go for that money man because at least on that level, he has more than she has. And it's not about spending his money. Like I said, she got her own money, but the lifestyle. And plus you get some other women, they don't want to feel like they're taking care of a man. And then some women are just pragmatic. Yes, I've said several times a man can get sex from a woman without spending money. But that's actually connected with what I'm about to talk about. But you still get some women, they're going to look at that credit score and all of that. That still happens. Like, remember, when I'm talking about everything, it's never 100%. And it's never going to be every single woman. That's just a reality. It's not objective. So, but even when a woman will go for that man, she can be turned off. And the guy's thinking, because what'll happen is some guys thinking it's just money. But think about what I talked about in my last episode when I said, you know, some guys making a mistake thinking, oh, it's just looks. It's never just anything with women. Women are looking at everything. They're looking at everything. Now, if you get a woman who might have like the money, credit, social status and everything on the top, and they are a level of select men, I talk about that in Nice Guys and Players. I call them the masked men, and that mask is simply their material goods. Oh yeah, they'll go for it, but then I also said a woman to go for that guy, but then she'll get to know him and don't like what's underneath it. Once she gets past the money and status, she don't like what's there. And I was inspired to do this. A young lady, had a conversation with her, and she know who she is. She might even see this video, hit me up. One of the things, oh, we got some stuff going on in the background. We'll ignore the alarms. Must be a fire. But anyway, we were having a conversation. She said, yeah, she was dealing with this guy, doctor and stuff, but he wasn't calling her enough. He was acting all busy and everything. See, women, they still want that time. Yeah, you got the money, okay. And you got that status, you know, that artificial stuff, the social stuff. Like, okay, she's an attorney or she's making 6 figures herself. Okay, you at that level. Women more comfortable with you just a bit above. Okay, she making 100,000, you making 150,000. Okay, and she'll give you a shot. She might not have that strong attraction for you, but she'll give the guy a shot. But then the guy still got to do some stuff because, okay, once you get past that bait, then what? She can be turned off. And see, that happens a lot because what happens is some guys who have that money, they feel like, oh, I got all this money. The woman should just come. She should do all that. She should come to me. Okay. All right. And she probably will. And I'm not even talking about just the gold diggers. We already know what they're going to do. Not even just them. But you still got to talk. You still got to interact. See, that's the thing a lot of people are forgetting. Even when I talk about body game, I always say that's a bait. That's a bait, a great bait. But you still got to talk to the women. You still got to interact. Y'all still got to get along. Y'all still got to be compatible. That's why the other week I talked about personality. Y'all still got to click. What y'all going to do? Everybody want to talk about all the baits or focus on the baits. And that's why even when I talk body game, I got to say, no, that's just the bait. You still got to talk to them. You still got to have all of that, you know. And even when they go for the money man, okay, Unless they straight gold diggers, they still want to click. Now, one of the things with that, especially when it's a class issue, like shout out Master Teacher BGS, he talks about the octane level. The 92 octane, that's that corporate woman, that professional woman, got a couple degrees, probably got her own stuff. She's looking for somebody she can relate to. Remember, that's what the root word of relationships is, relate to. She wants somebody she can talk about those deep things with. She wants somebody she can go to those high parties with. Like, that's a big problem. In fact, that's a big complaint with a lot of women. They can't go to those high social functions with some of the guys they might meet. Yeah, they can get that boy toy, or they can get that guy, that maintenance man or something, but they can't meet that man who they say is on their level. And when they say their level, they want that. If they're 92 octane, they got that they're working in that corporation for social reasons especially. And then just every day, because we talking lifestyles, especially if they talking about getting married. They want to live in that exclusive neighborhood. They want to live in that gated community. They want a man who could like go along with that, right? Okay, they might meet that guy who at least on paper got everything, but they still got to get along. They still got to be able to talk. They still got to be able to interact. Understand that. That's still important, Still got to be the same social class. They still got to be able to take them around their family members. Now, if they are, in the black community, they'll call it bougie. I'm not sure what terms they would use in other communities, but it's still the same thing. In fact, in other communities, they even more on that class thing. I'll use the white community, for example. They more class conscious, way more class conscious than probably anybody. When you get upper class whites, they don't really deal with lower class whites at all. In other community, in the black community, yeah, there's always a shot at the upper class black person maybe dealing with the lower class. Well, a shot at it, but white community, it ain't happening. Or very, 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 very rare. But that's that same principle. And see, the money, a true money man, if it's not for the gold digger, is just representing some, class level and everything, class consciousness. But even with all of that, that's just the bait that pulls them in. You still got to talk about stuff. You still got to be able to get along. And what happens is when it's that second level of actually getting along, where the money, no matter how much money the man has, he's still having trouble. That's why you have some money men out here with trouble. They think, oh, I got this money, I got this job, I got all of this. Women should be going crazy. They ain't feeling you. They ain't feeling your personality, and they might not be attracted to you. The attraction piece is still there. They might not be physically or mentally attracted to you. That's why I always say, when you think about money, think of it as a tool. Yeah, you can live a certain life, you can live in a certain area, but you still got to click. All right? And that's just a reality. That's just a reality. Because, like I said, you got a lot of guys who making money, but they still having trouble with women. It's like, okay, you're making money. Can you have a conversation with that woman? Because really, the relationship ultimately got to come down to you and her in a bedroom, butt naked. You gonna have a dollar bill or your credit card? You gonna go inside of her with that? No. No. Or if y'all take away all that stuff, can y'all have a conversation where you're not talking about your degrees or how much money you make, or what you do for a living? Can you have a conversation like that? That's what it comes down to. So, anyway, I want y'all to think about that, all right? Still make that money, though. Still make that money. Because never for once, because I got a whole money channel, so never for once, and I'm a capitalist, never for once think you don't want to make money for yourself. And yeah, it can have some it can draw some women, certain women to you, but you still got to talk to them afterwards. You still have to communicate. You still have to relate to them. It's so many things. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.